I got all my pieces measured out. Now they're all ready to cut. I got my saw set up to do the 45-degree cuts first. So we're gonna do that. We'll move right along into the straight cuts, and then we'll be ready to start fitting and welding. So let's start cutting, and we'll go from there. I now have all my pieces cut. I'm going to start prepping them by grinding it down, getting all the burrs off. My chop saw leaves some burrs, so I'm going to clean everything up, especially the 45-degree pieces. You always want to make sure that before you start really fitting and welding that you get all the burrs off. It makes fitting and everything so much easier. So let's start grinding, getting the burrs off. I'm also, for a couple pieces, going to bevel them, and just so when I weld I get basically close to a full penetration weld, which I'll show you here. But I'm going to bevel these pieces. This is what the AR plate is going to hang to. I'm going to bevel both the top and the bottom. So yep, we'll get everything ground down, and then we'll be ready to fit and start welding. So these pieces here are going to be the pieces that I'm beveling, both the top and the bottom. So we just got both those two 9-inch, 1.5 by 1/4-inch pieces beveled. Now I'm just going to go through and grind everything from here, and we will be ready to go. These are the 24-inch vertical pieces. These pieces here are going to be basically the telescope piece for the targets. This is my base. You can see I cut those at 45. That's going to be the other part of the telescope piece. And these are the 1.5 by 1/4 inch flat strap that the AR plates will be welded to. You can see I beveled the ends there to get a better penetration on my weld. And those are the AR plates. Those are the bracings, the braces for the vertical pieces. And yeah, that's everything that you'll need to weld this target together. All right, so I got my AR plates welded on. This is going to be the sleeve piece. So how this is going to work, I got my 22-inch piece here. What's going to happen is we're going to get it all fit up. So there's going to be a 4 3/16 inch piece on this end. Then it's going to go an AR plate like so. And then we're going to go another 4 3/16 inch piece. Then we're going to go to the AR plate and another 4 3/16 inch piece. I left a little bit of clearance on both sides. It's not a perfectly tight fit. There's going to be a gap on both sides, but I left it so I could put a full weld around it. And then that's going to be your piece here. So as you shoot the targets, they'll be able to swing like so, but then they're on individual parts. So this one could swing and this one could swing as well. So what we're going to do is get this tacked on. It's basically going to sit like so. Fit it in there, just like that. So let's get it lined out where we want it. I'm gonna go about a 1/2 inch down from the top, so we'll need to mark that. Half inch there, and a 1/2 inch here. Get the speed square, get it square. A way that you could do it to kind of help, you could get your clamps and roughly put it where you want it, and then that piece could just rest on there. So I got a clamp there. Get a clamp here. Like so. Grab the piece. And then that can kind of hold it till you get it where you want it. You're going to want it center on this. So, got my line here. Get it tacked. So that end's tacked. And we'll do this end. Get it center. Awesome. So that's all done, all tacked. And we'll weld around that. You could slide these pieces over and get a good weld around it. Then I'm going to start welding this stuff out So we'll start welding that now, get it all the way welded, and then we'll grind it down, and then we'll get ready to paint. I'm kind of moving it around and just transferring the heat, so I'm doing a few welds there, a few welds here, and just moving around back and forth so we don't get too much heat on one side at one time. So now we're all finished and we are going to start painting. So I got some cardboard laid out and we're gonna paint it. I'm just gonna paint it a solid black. I got 2-in-1. It's a semi-gloss and it's a paint and primer combined. So get the paint out and we'll start painting it. So this is the final product. I really like the semi-gloss paint, and then I painted the targets neon orange. For a more in-depth video with a cut list and some more details to make it easier for you, please visit weldingforbeginners.com.